It's Kirsten Liebelt. Jump on in. How are you doing? It's Wednesday. I love Wednesday. Why do I love Wednesday? You know what? I'm not really sure. I just feel like, and I've talked about this before, like having a reset day in the middle of your week is like a good thing. Like you can just a little bit of assessment, etc. Okay, if you don't know who I am, my name is Kirsten Liebelt, and we talk about insulin resistance here every single day, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We've been doing it for almost 2 years. And then we have a Facebook insulin resistance for women. I want to make sure my mic is normal. Yep, it is. And we do a free 5-day challenge in that every single month. And we've done that for 2.5 years. And I tell you that because I want you to understand that sometimes we can feel so alone in our journeys. We can feel like what, why bother even trying yet another, let's say, program or another system or whatever, when I don't think I'm going to have the support that I need. I'm not going to have the encouragement that I need. I'm not going to have anybody to walk my journey with me. I'm going to have to try to figure this out on my own. How do I do this online when I don't have in-person people? How do I, we've got all of these thoughts in our brain. And I'm like, you guys, this is like a full service thought process is what I want you to know. And I'm going to actually read to you a testimony this morning that came to me. Remember yesterday I cried on my live? You remember that? Does anybody remember that? And then I got off and I got Terry sent me the most beautiful testimony. I'm not crying, you're crying. So Terry, you'll be getting some mail for sure. I'm sure you already knew that, but I'm definitely going to be sending you a little package because, seriously, you guys, you mean so much to me. All right, let's say good morning to a few people. And then we are going to talk about how your body is actually not broken and how it's just not listening right now. And I'm going to explain that. And then we're going to just have a really good morning here. So if you can stay for a half a minute, that's really great. And if you can't, then you can always catch the replay. And if you're on the replay, tell me that you're on the replay. And the replays are maybe more succinctly put on the tube. If you need to be on the tube channel, that might be a different place for you to find replays instead of hunting and pecking and stuff like that. So hold on. Let's say good morning to a few people here. So hi, Barb from Ontario. Terry. Whoa! You're amazing. Good morning, sweet lady Patty. Good morning, Jody. Good to see you. Good morning, Kathy. Thank you for your forgiveness. Kathy got stuck in my spam folder. And I'm telling you, listen, sometime if we're not friends on the FB and you message me, you might end up in my spam folder, and then I'll send you a message in a little while, might be a week or two, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. So that's what happens with that. Marilyn from New York, you're happy to take this journey with me. Well, Marilyn, you have been a doll. You have just been such a treat, a real blessing to me because you're very encouraging, and I'm excited for your journey too. So anyway, you guys are amazing. Okay, we're not crying today, but I do want to start with context. And the context that I want to give you is Terry's testimony that she sent me. And I did put it up on my socials. So you can go and find it there. But Carla from California by way of New Jersey. Wow, that is quite the ordeal. 2 sides of the country. That's kind of crazy. And I'm in Minnesota, by the way, if nobody knows that. Anyway, all right. So context for today is going to be Terry's testimony. And I just feel like this is super important. So if you have only 1 minute today, this is the minute, okay? Because I don't know what you're looking for. I really don't. And I've told you this many times. I wasn't looking for this. I wasn't looking to speak into people's lives about insulin resistance. But when I really felt like that was something I was supposed to do, it was just like the wind was on it, right? And now you guys have so many great testimonies. So be encouraged. Be encouraged. Okay. So Terry wrote me and she said, I am 63 years old and started this journey in March of 2024. So kind of do that in your mind, the calendar. By changing out my foods, I then found you, Kirsten, and learned about targeted supplementation, total body reset. I put that right here today, specifically for that reason on my FB and YouTube, plus a few others, which I have continued to this day. Okay. So understand she gave herself permission for the full journey, not just for a part of the journey. My blouse or my shirt's feeling like it's stuck underneath my table here. Here's some of my achievements. Okay, listen up, people. This is where you get really encouraged. I've lost 13 and a half inches from chest to hips and a total of 50 pounds. Went from a 1X to a size medium. I was diagnosed as diabetic and medication was recommended, but I chose this path instead. My A1C went from a 6.7 to a 5.4. And with the support of my rheumatologist, I was able to get off medication for fibromyalgia. I now weigh less than I did over 30 years ago, but the best part is I've kept it off for over a year now. I feel so good about myself and I feel free from the control food had over me for so long. I still enjoy eating the right foods for insulin resistance, but it's so satisfying to be in control and giving my body what it needs. Can we all just like pause for a minute? Like, isn't that where you want to get to in your world? Where you feel like you took a journey and that journey actually finally made sense. It actually produced for you. Dang, that gets me fired up. Thank you, Terry, for the time it took for you to write that out. We're all so busy. And I just appreciate that so much. It helps people to understand that there is hope out there, and it doesn't have to be hope inside of a pre-marketed packaged system. It doesn't have to be something that has a really cute commercial with it that, somebody's running through a field of daisies and whatever. I'm just telling you, like, it can just be a story like mine and a story like Terry's that just encourages you to take control of your health and to maybe change the way you're thinking about your body and how it's working. And I have the most wonderful conversations with you about how you are assessing your body and making decisions according to, you're like, I just know something's not right and I can't quite put my finger on it. And then you go into a little bit of a research mode and assessment mode. And all of a sudden you're like, oh, I could tweak this and I could do this. And all of a sudden your body's feeling better. And you will write me and you will say things to me like, I actually have the energy to exercise again. Like what? And that is taking back your function. And your body's going, okay, let's go. We're going to, on that cellular level, everybody should write out and say out loud, cellular. This is a cellular conversation. Okay. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So, Joan says, happy for Terry. Congrats. Jody's clapping. Yay, yay, yay. I'm just so excited. So, okay. Geraldine says, great testimony. Marilyn says, beautiful testimony. Carla's clapping over there. That's awesome. I just really do. I want you guys to understand that this is like for real. When you support the systems of your body to get them to produce a different result for you, then you get a different result. And life gets really, really good. Okay, so here we go. Let's chat about our cells today, just a little bit. So one of the most frustrating things is that, when you feel like you're doing things right, and this is the most common thing that comes to me by way of text, is somebody will say, I'm doing, I eat clean and I don't understand why this. And I just, I've already tweaked so much and I don't understand blah, 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 and fill in the blank. You just feel like you're doing something right, but your numbers won't budge. You're asking what's wrong with me. Maybe that's you. I don't know. But you start thinking those things, but what if nothing is literally wrong with you? Like there's nothing wrong, but if your body like has just lost the conversation inside of itself, like you've just lost the conversation. And the conversation is cellular. Can you hear my I'm from Minnesota. Cellular. We really pronounce. I can hear it in myself today. Most people are told that type 2 diabetes or prediabetes happens because they ate too much sugar, but that's not the full picture. It's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not the full picture, right? So sugar doesn't just float in your blood because you ate it. I'm going to pause because I want you to think about that. It's not just about eating sugar, although it's a piece. It's there because your cells stopped responding to insulin's message. This is why it is cell. Okay. Insulin is like the key that knocks on your cell doors. Okay. When your body is healthy, the cells open up the door and let the glucose in for energy. That's what happens. But when you've got inflammation, stress, poor sleep, or too much processed food, those doors stop opening. Your pancreas keeps shouting, produce more insulin. That's what's happening. But your cells, they've gone deaf. They can't hear anymore. So your cells like la 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 la. That's what's happening, okay? All right. This is where most people miss it. You can eat perfectly clean and still have high blood sugar if your body is in constant fight or flight. Telling you this is such a major piece of your puzzle, and I shouldn't say nobody, it's just not talked about enough. Okay. You have to find, what's my word? Homeostasis. Is that the word? I'd probably have to look it up to make sure that I'm saying the right word. But when your nervous system is stuck on, it's literally telling your body to dump sugar into your blood, just in case, just in case, just in case. Like, remember, let's go back. Your body is fearfully and wonderfully made. It was created to function. Created to function, and it will fight to function. It's like, I'm going to make this work somehow, some way, and it's going to keep on going, okay? But it's survival mode, and it is not in fat burning mode. Do not be confused. The two cannot coexist. Survival mode and fat burning mode are two different modes, and they do not exist side by side. This is why fix your sleep, fix your stress. It is not selfish to take care of yourself. You have to actually find the things that bring down your cortisol. Find the things that ground you. Find the things that give you peace inside. Find the things that, make you feel like you're deep breathing, like in through the nose and out through the mouth, and you can actually take those breaths. Find those things in your world. So until we calm that stress response, the body keeps thinking it needs backup energy. Is this making sense? Like, you need that backup energy. And that is one of the biggest issues. Susan, good morning. She says, I'm always so positive. I know. Good job, right? She says, good job, Terry. I agree. So when we start addressing the root cause, because this is what we talk about here. So we talk about root cause supplementation with root cause supplementation for root cause wellness. Like, you are trying to actually, instead of putting Band-Aids all over your body, putting Band-Aids on, like I just have to fix, trying to think of what some of the Band-Aids would be. Some of the Band-Aids would be like, I'm just going to take, for me, I go back into my 30s and I think about how, like, taking Metabolite from Walmart, that was a Band-Aid. That wasn't going to fix anything internally. That was meant to, like, it was actually just over the counter speed. That's what that was. And so the thought process was, let's just speed up your metabolism, or, let's just get you like all jittery. That was a Band-Aid. Okay. And it didn't work. A Band-Aid is like, okay, I'm going to go on this cabbage soup diet for 10 days. That's nothing. That's not working on your inside. That's giving you a short-term result of just maybe like dropping some water weight, dropping some inflammation so you can fit into a dress. Teaching you even how to just count points. This is my own opinion, and it doesn't have to be anybody else's opinion, but that is a Band-Aid, because it's not teaching you how to live on whole foods and not processed foods. It's not teaching you how to focus on, I could be wrong. I shouldn't speak about things that I really don't know about like that. But I'm just saying, like, I consider that that's a system that was not created, in my opinion, that I know of, for an insulin resistant person. And so therefore you don't get the results that you're looking for. Does that make sense? So that could be a Band-Aid, because you're thinking, I'm just going to do this program for the next 90 days. And I'm just going to do it because I'm going on a cruise in March. And so I'm going to do this just to get me to the cruise. And so maybe you just white knuckle it and you figure it out so that you can look good on the cruise. But then on the cruise, now you haven't really put anything you haven't implemented anything into your world that is life altering, mind shift changing. Okay, there you go. All right. So when we start addressing the root cause, the body remembers how to listen again. You can get your body to remember how to listen again. And I feel like that is something we're just not quite understanding. Your body was created to function. It wants to function. Give it what it needs to function again, and it will rise up and deliver you a different result. And it did for Terry. It did for Terry. Her A1C is down. Her weight is down. Her inches are down. She's off of a fibromed, right? Her body produced a different result because she gave it different input. Now for her, it was the total body reset. I started with only the trio that is inside of the total body reset, but I only started with the trio. So gut health, where inflammation and nutrient absorption start. Gut health. I think we all know this. We all know we're supposed to fix our digestive system. We all know that we're not supposed to be constipated. We all know that, if we have indigestion, that's actually a flag. It's not normal. We all know that, like, if we're not absorbing nutrients, we'll have brittle nails. Our hair will kind of fall out. We can tell the signs of nutritional deficiency in our body. We all know, but we don't quite know how to fix it. That's where the gut health comes in, resetting your gut, supporting your liver. I talk about gut, liver, and insulin. I'm super streamlined and boring and repetitive. Gut, liver, and insulin. This is my thing, right? So your liver, because your liver is the traffic controller for your blood sugar. Your liver is everything, you guys. It's everything. It'll control your hormones, insulin and cortisol, GLP-1, they're hormones. It'll control and regulate the glucose that's already in your blood. You want that. And it will metabolize fat for you if you will support it. You'll actually be able to burn fat again. Like, that's a crazy thought process, right? And nervous system regulation, because when your brain is calm, your body can finally hear. So this is where we get into talking about when I kind of go on a little side tangent and I talk to you about the magnesium and the ashwagandha. Because the magnesium, the triple blend magnesium that I recommend, that has a glycinate in it, and that will help to calm your nervous system. I take 2 of those before bed every single night. The ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb. Adaptogenic herbs, I swear they are God's gift to us, especially as women. Everything is for men and women, both of the, everything I talk about it doesn't matter. We all have the same parts when it comes to adrenals and everything else. But the ashwagandha, an adaptogenic herb, they help your body adapt to stress. So they come in and they support your adrenals. Your adrenals sit on top of your kidneys and they regulate your hormones. So ashwagandha comes in and it says, I'm going to help you with sleep, stress, cortisol, down, 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 and mood. And all of a sudden, the sense of well-being can kind of enter. Okay. And that's, you just like bring everything down right before bed, get your body ready to regenerate, restore, and work on getting sleep. Like, there's nothing more important. No, it's not true, but it's almost nothing more important. If you're not sleeping, things cannot restore. Okay. So once those systems start working together, blood sugar starts to normalize, energy returns, and your metabolism finally comes back into harmony. That's what's happening. So if you've been told that you have to like manage your blood sugar forever, that's just not true. You can actually retrain your body to respond again. You can get your body to produce a different result. And if nobody has ever talked to you about root cause wellness, root cause supplementation, where you're targeting the systems that need to produce because they're not producing right now, then this is how we view things to get the results that Terry got. It's about really learning how to like go deep inside so that you get the outside result. Okay. But your cells are designed to heal. They are designed to heal, to listen, to communicate. That's what your body is supposed to do. You just have to give them the right environment. I hope that's making sense for people. Hold on. I want to see who's chatting. It never worked for me and I never understood why until now. Susan, I assume you're talking about the counting points. Kenna, hi, I'm new to your site. What do we use for a liver detox? Kenna, if you go to, and it's really, I want to like say, instead of it being a detox as though you are flushing, you're just supporting that system at a really deep level. If you go right here to my site, I think it's the second button, second or third. I'm going to look it up for you right now. I'm going to do it in real time for you. And there are 3 products there. And this is what I'm going to say, because I can go ahead and share it to you why, because I think you're going to want to know why. I am very convinced that if people know why they're doing what they're doing, that they will then actually stick with it and give themselves a chance. So hold on. I'm going to pull up my site, Kirsten Liebelt. .com. There we go. So when you pull that up, if you're on your phone or on your computer, you'll see my face. Oh, there we go. You'll see my face like this. I have to be careful, TikTok, sorry. It's on my site. It's on my profile. You'll see my face like this. One little scroll like this. You're going to see the trio, and I'm going to show this to you right now. The second button right there says liver reset stack. Right there, second button. And then I will show you the total body reset. But even if you just look at the trio, just to let you know, if you were today just to look at the trio, you're going to see insulin resistance toolbox. And that's going to give you like a bunch of free stuff in there too. The protein guide, the recipes, things like that to help you. But the trio is right there up at the top. So just to kind of let you know, it's all there because I want you to understand that you can have like a very succinct universe. You don't pay extra for coaching. You don't pay extra for the content. Like I will go live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. We do a 5-day challenge inside of the Facebook group. That's on there too. We do all of this so that you get the support that you need. Patty says, Terry, you are truly an inspiration to all of us. Great job. Yes. Susan. Yeah. I figured you were saying that because and you know what? I talk about that in the challenge because Maria Emmerich talks about having clients that are like, well, you know, you can eat popcorn and give it only 1 point. And she's like, that's horrific advice because it turns into 5 cups of popcorn turn into 9 teaspoons of sugar in your blood. Like we're not having the proper, we're not properly looking at this. Do you understand? So anyway, that's a piece of that puzzle. But anyway, Kenna, I'm going to just explain the total body reset right now so people can know what I'm talking about. This is what Terry was doing for a little over a year now, but I started with the trio. And anybody that wants to can start with the trio. Just make sure that whenever you're in any of my carts, go to the very top of the page where there's a person icon and click on that and then hit the touch register. Register as a customer with your name because then you will have the opportunity for free shipping. Then you have the opportunity for the customer campaign. Okay. Just to let you know, like you'll miss out if you check out as a guest potentially. So I just want you to know that I'm super protective over you guys about that because I don't want you to miss out. Every now and then I can catch it and I can let you know, here's the phone number, have them cancel the order and then quickly register and reorder. Because the customer campaign is really, 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 really good. When you purchase 150 or more 3 months in a row, on that third month, they erase $75. In January, they're adding an extra $50. So whether that's your month to cash in at 75 or not, if you've at least done December, you're going to get $50 in January. That means if you start right now in November and you go November, December, January, you're going to get $125 off that order. So this is why I don't want people to mess up on that. But anyway, the trio, this is where I started. 3 steps that have 3 ingredients that help with insulin sensitivity. This is where I started. Still take it to this day. This will help with sugar and insulin, sugar cravings, and appetite. This helps with liver, and this helps with metabolism. These 3 alone, this is all I had. And I traded out my food ingredients at the same time. It took me a little while. It took me 3 to 4 years. I'm a little bit of a turtle. But I'm Italian and I was doing it by myself in my own head. It was just me and Jesus. I didn't tell anybody really what I was doing because I didn't want to have the negative Nellies. I didn't want to have the food pushers. I didn't want people's opinions about what I was doing. It was none of their business if I was deciding not to eat something anymore, right? None of their business. Anyway, but I lost 3 sizes in my 50s doing this. 3 sizes. And I kept it off. Okay, that's the key. And Terry said the same thing. I've kept it. She's lost 50 pounds. She's kept it off now for over a year. That's the sentence you want to pay attention to. Kept it off. Anybody can do another program for 90 days and then blow it and gain it all back. Kept it off because there's an understanding of what's happening to your body's systems to get them to produce a different result. You'll literally feel, in my opinion, this is how I feel. This is why it was making me teary yesterday, because other people get it now, right? They understand that it's literally key for the rest of your life. I'm just telling you. So that's the first 3 out of the 6. Total Body Reset has 6. That's the first 3. They're called the trio. Okay. Then there's a gut primer, just like this. Has 6 different blends in it. Fermented greens makes it really easy for your body to digest. Digestive enzymes, pre-postbiotics, alkaline spices, everything you need for your gastrointestinal tract. 1 little scoop every morning in cold water is what I do, like a wellness shot. I use my frother deal. So I've got that on my rainforest favorites. You know what I'm saying? So just a little frother thing, that thing. Yeah, that thing. And I just whip that up and I take it like a wellness shot. But this is where so many great testimonies, like if you want to do the holidays without bloating, if you want to do the holidays without a lot of indigestion, without a lot of brain fog, without a lot of constipation, like you don't want all of that upset, this is a really great place to start. So the primer, probiotic 5 live strains. This is number 4. This is number 5. And then the fat burner is number 6. The orange pixie stick, which is this. So I'm just going to set it down here so I can put this lid on. But this was pulled out of the sports nutrition line. It literally is a clinical dose of an extract that targets visceral fat. You guys, I have somebody with an MRI that shows their fatty liver went from bad to mild. I have people with their visceral fat scans that have been told to me and sent to me. The reduction of visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat it's in your trunk area. And so that's why you lose your inches from here. You're up underneath your bra, your waist, and your hips. This is where you're losing all of your fat. This is why Terry said when she, hold on. She has lost to date 13 and a half inches. Hold on. 13 and a half inches from chest to hips. And she's gone from a 1X to a medium. So yes, it's exciting. She lost 50 pounds. Don't get me wrong. That is very exciting. Everybody wants to lose 50 pounds. But the most impressive piece of this is that she's not just losing inflammation. She's not just losing water weight. She's not just losing muscle, which you can lose all of that. You can lose impacted waist and get on the scale and be excited when all you really needed to do was just poop. That's not impressive. I mean, it might be to you. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like when we're constipated, we're really happy when we can go. So I'm not confused. But it's the visceral fat. It's where she lost her fat. She might have lost it off of her arms or the inside of her knees, but that's not the fat you're looking to lose. You want to lose here, where it goes across where your liver is, your belly, because that's insulin and cortisol, your hips way down here, going down that lower belly, the lower belly hips, that's usually like the cortisol, the upper belly up here, that's usually insulin, way up here underneath your bra, that's your liver, 13 and a half inches. Magda had done 14 inches. Okay, now that just required what from her? She did change out her food ingredients, and she basically did the total body reset well, I don't know, a little over a year, both of them for a little over a year now. And they're just staying the course. And like she said, now I've kept it off for over a year. So I'm just saying, like, you can shift what you're doing. You can shift how you're holidaying. You can shift how you're going to go into January. But this is a cellular conversation, getting your cells so that they are not resistant to insulin anymore, bringing down that insulin and getting your cells to open back up again and receive insulin and fuel. This is how you can stop the cycle. So your cell is resistant. You need it to open up, open sesame. Now you can be in fat burning mode. You get that insulin down, you get that liver functioning, and here we go. Now we can be in fat burning mode. Get your nervous system under control. Get yourself some sleep. Bring down your stress. Be mindful. The time will pass anyway. It'll be 2 years later in 2 years anyway. What did you do with that time? And now Terry specifically, she has cashed in on the customer campaign 3 times now. Terry says, thank you, Patty. I just want to encourage everyone to hang in there. Amen, amen, amen. So it's about giving yourself permission. That's really what it is. And so every single person who is like, you know what, this is my time, this is my season, I will walk journey with you 100%. You don't pay extra for coaching. I don't know. I mean, it's like, and you don't have to answer this, Terry. I already know the answer, but did you ever have to pay me a dime, Terry, to give you encouragement or consultation or answer a question? Or did you ever have to pay to get into the 5-day challenge? Did you ever have to, is it a subscription? And I'm not saying that those things are bad. I'm not saying that at all. I have very intentionally just chosen a certain way. Trust me, I've thought about all of these things, right? I've thought about a paid membership or whatever. And I'm not even saying I wouldn't do a digital product for sale in the future. I just don't feel led to right now in this moment. And so I really do just enjoy being able to say, listen, I won't charge you for the coaching, but I will walk the journey with you. And I just want you to know, like, that is it's a very core value of mine. It's the same thing in my business. So, people who join my business team or who partner up in business with me, it's like, this is the whole very basis of being a part of a business team where nobody's charging you for that coaching inside of the team. Nobody's charging you to come and serve you. It's a core thought process. So I've just transferred that into what I do here. And I just am like, you know what? If you will get those kind of results, and long after I'm online 5 years from now, and you're thinking, God, that Kirsten, where did she go? You'll be like, I was given a key and now I know how to take care of my health. And that is worth everything. So anyway, hold on. I think I had a question. Maybe not. I thought I saw something. I did not. So if you need any questions, if you have any questions, let me know. I'll be back again tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. But right here on FB and YouTube, my site is there, and you can look at Trio, Total Body Reset, the Liver Reset Stack, the Gut Reset Stack. Like it's all just different configurations of the exact same 6. The exact same 6. Oh man, I thought I was going to be so suave, so smooth. 6, Trio, 1, 2, 3. Gut primer, 4, probiotic, 5, orange pixie stick, 6, just different configurations of those 6 so that you can decide where you want to start, because you have to be the one to own your journey. I can help you customize. You can ask me any questions and I will say, maybe you only need to start with the Trio, or maybe you should let's just start. I said this to a couple of women last night. I think we should just start with your gut. Like, you got a lot going on. Like, you need to recalibrate right now. And so I don't give the same answer to everybody. But, if you want to start with Total Body Reset, to be really honest, that is where people just start. They're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm jumping in. I'm going all in. I'm going to get my money off every 3 months. That's perfect. So ask me questions if you have them. You can always put, Total Body Reset in the comments on YouTube and Facebook, and it'll stay there. And I can come back and I can answer those for you or send you a direct link if you want to. Or you can always reach out to me on Messenger, Instagram, like everywhere. I've got information everywhere. And you can reach out to me. You can say, I think I need a customized cart. This is my situation. Help me. Like, I got this stress and I got these sugars and I will help you. So Kathy, is it okay to drink Zevia? Yes. Also, how will you know when you are in fat burning mode? Measure. Measure. Measure underneath your bust, and then your waist, and then your hips. I feel like if you take the route of just paying attention to your protein that doesn't spike your sugars, the free protein blueprint is on there also, just to let you know, there's free resources. And you focus on protein that doesn't spike your sugars. Like this morning now, I took my egg white bread and I made 2 little mini grilled cheese sandwiches, and I cut up a chicken sausage, an Amy Lou chicken sausage, and whatever. I cooked that all in a pan, and that was my breakfast. And I will be full for a very long time. There was nothing to spike my sugars very much and call on a lot of insulin. So my insulin will stay low. And like I said, I'm really toying with the idea of getting a CGM so that I can track and talk to you guys about that. And I'm looking at Stello. Does anybody know anything about Stello? It's something, because I'm not looking to, because I am not type 2. I'm not going to go get a prescription. They would never give me one. But I think I can buy Stello off of Amazon. Does anybody know about that? But anyway, and so I will be full. Things will be stable. And I will be in fat burning mode. And it'll take a while before I'm hungry again. So I won't need to call on insulin for a while. And when your insulin is low, you can burn fat. And when your liver function is up, you can burn fat. So this is what you want. You want this all the time. Okay. And Zevia is really good. I mean, I haven't purchased it in a long time, but I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I did have somebody grab on my site, if you guys are ever wanting like function drinks, like B12 drinks, there's like 19 different flavors in the XS Energy. And I just had somebody pick up a couple cases of the cherry cola, and you can do that too. That's sugar-free, etc. Just saying, it's different than the Zevia, and it's filled with a lot of vitamins and stuff. So it's not just carbonated water, even though that's fine too. But anyway, so I'll see you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Central. And if you need anything from me today, let me know. How's that sound? Have such a good day. I can kind of feel like everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving. Maybe that's just me in my head. I don't know. All right. See you guys later. Have the best day ever. Bye.